But then we get to the kind of the last stage. So I think we're here in the red box. And I think
Yeah,
what's left is
definitely.
you have the rapture, the arrival
Come
of
on
the 10
now.
kings, the economic collapse, embedded biotechnology. What's left over after the rapture, obviously, is
Yeah.
going to be the apostate church. And then
It's heading there in a fast track too.
yeah, and so the covenant with death, I honestly believe, because, and I've said this a few times here recently, but the Jews, like, here's my Bible, right? So I have just a regular, like a New King James Bible or whatever. And, so here's my Bible. Here's Matthew chapter 1. So here's the Old Testament. So this is the Old Testament right here. The Jews don't accept any of the New Testament. They don't
Right.
accept this as their Bible. So all they have is the Old Testament. Right?
Right.
What is the most calamitous and most supernatural and crazy war that is listed in the Old Testament?
Ezekiel 38. They know that one.
Yeah, it's Gog-Magog, right? And so
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that they think, and this is just my theory, but I think that they think that that is like the equivalent of Armageddon for them. So at the end of that,
say that? You said that recently on you were on with L.A. Marzulli, and I think you said I found that so fascinating because I was like, what a parallel to draw. You're probably right. Go ahead, finish that thought, please.
But if you're a Jew and you're looking at Ezekiel 38, it is the most detailed, the most calamitous, and the most supernatural deliverance you can see in almost any war in the Bible.
Yeah.
Maybe with the exception of like the Exodus when they're fleeing through the Red Sea and God parts the waters. But other than that, like this is like crazy supernatural. And maybe they tie in Zechariah to this, or maybe they tie in Zechariah to some other event in their historical past. But like for them, they've got to believe like this is like their Armageddon. So at the end of this, again, they don't have the New Testament. They're not using the New Testament at all. They think they're done. And so whoever arises at, so you have the rapture that throws the world into kind of chaos. And then that gives the enemies of Israel the opportunity, like there's no more United States, or they're completely unable to help, or Israel's completely alone right now. Now is the time.